Sudden death football in the Ninja A-League as third-placed Adelaide United hosted Western United. The Reds would play finals football for just the second time in their history and would book a two-leg semi-final with the Melbourne victory if successful. Forward Chelsea Dorber was a huge boost for Adrian Stenter's side as she took her place on the bench after a two-game absence. Cass Smith's Western United had not beaten Adelaide this season, but were bolstered by Chloe Berryhill's name on the team sheet, who had missed the previous two finals campaigns.
And it's going to be Adelaide attacking the right of your screens in this first half. Western United will take kick-off. The elimination final then in the Ninja A-League is underway. Adelaide United against Western United. For the winner, it will be a two-legged semi-final, and for the losing team, it will be off to the aftermath of a season over. Western United looking to attack right from kickoff. Catherine Zimmerman touching the ball back to Sasha Grove, a defensive header coming from Sarah Morgan. And the ball pushed out to the right flank. Dylan Holmes knocks the ball out in front, and Western United are going to opt for a back pass. And as you can see there, Alyssa Daloste, wearing the #1 shirt, preferred to Chloe Lincoln in this match, gets her first touch of the ball. The clearance long in the end. Ma, trouble with Wirtz. Wirtz sees the run of Dylan Holmes. Emily Condon making ground in the middle. Holmes cuts it across, and a point-blank save. Alyssa Daloste with the first big moment in the game to foil Emily Condon. And now there's aftermath, and play has been whistled dead. And the trainer's been called out here, so real concerns for Claudia Miocic. But let's look at the attack here for Adelaide.
Well, it's brilliant. They were under pressure in their back third, played a nice direct ball to Fiona Wirtz, and Dylan Holmes did fantastically well here. She cuts it back for Condon, and what a save from Daloste.
Massive confidence booster for the goalkeeper. And
yeah, she definitely looks quite uncomfortable out there, so time will tell Teo whether she's able to stay out there.
Well, she's down again, and this is not good news. I think as a player, you know, T.
Yeah, you can tell she knows. It's just not right. And in a big game like this especially, it's going to be very hard to continue.
Now, this is a fascinating switch because this is definitely not like for like. Kiwa Hieda, the Japanese attacker, is coming on. Grace Ma on delivery. Left-footed in swinger. Batted away initially. Comes to ground in the box. Wirtz. Pocket picked by Zimmerman, and that will be a free kick in shooting range. Left foot of Grace Ma looms large here. Taranto there is the right-footed option. 4 in the wall. Ma! Ball did its job. And, well, blood has been drawn. Dylan Holmes was actually presented with a jersey for her 100th game, played last week prior to kickoff. Game 101 is a painful one, right on the point of the nose.
Very painful one. Ma really whipped that shot.
For consecutive corners. And in for McNamara. Matilda McNamara rises highest and puts Adelaide United in front. And in a season of McNamara's scoring goals, it's the namesake of the Golden Boot winner, Matilda McNamara, that makes it Adelaide United 1, Western United 0.
Well, there's such a threat of set pieces, and here's why. What a wonderful delivery once again on a platter for Matilda McNamara. And she does so well to head this home.
And in a big pack of players, she just had the biggest leap, Teresa, and Adelaide will feel as though it's reward for the pressure that they have built in this game. And the one-cap Matilda, nominative determinism at its finest, has headed Adelaide United into the lead. Morgan leans into the header. Good commitment from Leon Holmes. Wirtz and Condon. Wirtz able to take possession. And now Lucia Leon's got a shot going. Hits the frame of the goal. And then the follow-up goes begging. And Dylan Holmes had the ball planted in front of her, but couldn't make goal-bound contact.
What a strike from Lucia Leon, and hit that woodwork with such force that Holmes just couldn't get on the end of that.
Great initial shot. What's happened with Holmes? She tried to hit it on the instep tee and it just bowled her over.
It was an open goal as well. She'll be kicking herself.
He ate her. And now Berryhill, red alert here for the Adelaide defence. Chloe Berryhill nutmegs one defender and is bowled over by the keeper. The ball goes out for a goal kick. And Claudia Jenkins prevails in a one-on-one. Adriana Taranto protests for a penalty. And Berryhill is hurt after the collision.
That's a sight we don't want to see, but moments prior, that running behind from Berryhill, so characteristic of her as a player. And that's a huge danger for Adelaide United. Hopefully she's okay.
Absolutely no thoughts of a penalty with any of the follow-through there from the keeper.
Not for me, Teo. I think it was a 50-50 there.
Zimmerman on the left. Zimmerman slides it through. Great run by Berryhill! And off the post! Western United so close. An excellent move, but no reward at the end of it.
That was a great team move there from Western, and once again Berryhill gets in behind. Great ball in from Zimmerman. Just flashes wide of that post.
And credit to Jenkins because she caught a bit of it off the ankle. The outstretched trailing ankle is enough to deflect it into the post and out for a corner.
Great goalkeeping.
De Harkins, with limited time, is breaking forward. Matilda McNamara steps in. Condon, very high defensive line for Western United. Can Condon find the right pass? Sends it out to the right. And now Fiona Wirtz is in space. Wirtz, with Holmes making a run! For the second time in this half, Dylan Holmes is left disappointed, but that was, to be fair, a very high degree of difficulty, lunging in right at the last.
Shows what Adelaide can do. They can really punish that high defensive line. We saw Eggersvik go for a run forward, and the line went forward as well, and Adelaide almost punished them for that.
Adelaide United kick off the second half then. They lead 1-0 thanks to Matilda McNamara's goal. And former Matilda Teresa Polias rejoins me. T. Erin Healy is into the action. And again, perhaps a bit of a reshuffle with Sian Dewey, the player, making way.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see her coming on so soon, but I think given that neither team could control that middle of the pitch, it gives them a bit of seniority out there.
Here's Lucia Leon as Adelaide attack right from kickoff. Lifts it across and batted down and then held at the second attempt by Alyssa Daloste. Took the game on and it might pay off. Berryhill. Western United have options left and right. Right's where it goes. Taranto. Takes the shot and a good save by Jenkins. Claudia Jenkins comes up with the save of the game so far.
Here's that build-up, Berryhill to Taranto. We see that so often. Fantastic cut-in, great shot, and game-saving type of save there from Jenkins.
It's another aerial target potentially to aim for here for Taranto. They're going to mix it up and go back to Grace Ma here. Ma drifts it in. Good header by Tonkin. Clears the penalty area. But the defending continues for Adelaide. Eggersvik. Berryhill, and Adriana Taranto. It was a very tough header to control, and over the bar it goes.
Here's that opportunity. Good ball in from Eggersvik. Berryhill nods it on, and like you said, Teo, was a tricky one.
Ma. To the edge of the box it goes. Berryhill! Parried away. Jenkins parries it past D'Amezio and out for a corner, and we tick into 5 additional minutes.
How about that ball in from Ma? the pace on it. Great glancing header from Berryhill, and Di D'Amizio just misses that one.
Nearly came in from the blind side to absolutely catch out Jenkins, who was seemingly parrying it towards the line. Grace Maher, if ever there was a time for a perfect corner, it's now. Into the near post. It's going to go back out to Maher for a second chance. Over the head of Dahakias, agonising for Western United. And that will be 1 of 5 additional minutes down. The crowd rising, urging their team to the finish line. Zimmerman, Maher, one last chance. Headed away by McNamara. Eggersvik. Jenkins bats it away. Free kick given, and it's going Adelaide's way. And the full-time whistle goes. Adelaide United are going to the semi-finals of the Ninja A-League. Full-time at Cooper Stadium. Adelaide United 1, Western United 0.
The second elimination final between Central Coast Mariners and Canberra United was delayed over 24 hours after heavy rain in Gosford. Emily Husband's side's comeback from behind win in the last round of the season saw them lock in 4th spot and a home final. The Mariners were unbeaten against Canberra home and away as they looked to make semis for the second straight season. Canberra returned to finals action for the first time since 2021 and would rely heavily on the experience of Ninja A-League legend and all-time leading goal scorer Michelle Heyman.
And as Canberra United, his side, get us underway, they'll need all of his calmness, this inexperienced Canberra team for this elimination final. Only 17 finals appearances between them, 8 of them with Michelle Heyman. What can they produce against the Mariners today? Ish, it is all on the line in the elimination final.
Certainly is. Two teams who play a similar style. As Emily Husband said, Central Coast Mariners really want to try and dominate possession early in this game. Taylor Ray actually playing on the left-hand side of a back four with Jess Nash and Taryn King as that central defensive partnership. But they've got plenty of pace up front. Rasmussen and also Brooke Nunn, who just sits in behind. So it'll be really interesting to see how these first 5 or 10 minutes play out.
Well, that's fascinating. Taylor Ray has been statistically one of the best defenders in the competition, despite being a midfielder. Gomez, brought to ground by Malone, who puts a hand up instantly in apology. A yellow card out of the pocket of Izzy Cooper. Gomez down, and the yellow card is shown to Malone.
That's a great touch by Izzy Gomez. She's really been a standout player.
Brooke Nunn driving into the space, forward to Pennick. Way back to Nash, who puts in a ball. Jess Nash! What a save from Sally James! It had to be good. And Jess Nash denied what would have been her second goal of the season.
Yeah, she had a little look up, saw Sally James potentially off her line a little bit. Sally James did exceptionally well there. There was a little sorry from Jess Nash to Annabelle Martin, who was calling for the ball on this right-hand side.
Interception from Stanish Floody. She'll release the ball quickly. Christopherson. Now around the corners of Heyman. Michelle Heyman off and running. Heyman to open the scoring. Good save, Langman. She had to be good, down to her left, the goalkeeper, and she was. Canberra still on the attack now though. Malone looking for that opening now that the Mariners have gotten back in defence. Well, finally Canberra did what they'd been threatening to do all game, but Michelle Heyman wasn't able to convert.
It's such a huge threat for them. Quick transition, nice little ball around the corner. Central Coast Mariners out of sorts in their back three. Michelle Heyman probably just needed to take that touch, that second touch across Taryn King's line.
Everything just seemed to stop for a moment, but now it's Canberra once again on a tear. Keane, 18 Keane. Looking for options. Will she go herself? Keane! Saved wide. Sarah Langman once again called in into action. A super run from 18 Keane.
Just how dangerous she is. Look at that pace. Just drives past the players, driving at them. Wonderful work from 18 Keane. Just does a little step over there, and Sarah Langman, I wasn't sure she got enough on that. It was a wonderful strike. Maybe a bit undecided which hand to go with for Sarah Langman.
Jess Nash. And on this right-hand side, Martin. Rasmussen looking to play the 1-2. Not able to do so, but it's come back to Gomez. His strike is just wide. Worth an effort from that distance. Tilly James might have just hurt herself in the dive.
Yeah, she looked like she fell awkwardly there. Kind of just shaking her head as she came up. Izzy Gomez had a nice touch. Ball set up lovely for her to have a strike on goal, just going wide of the target.
Of course, the Mariners won their elimination final last season. That was against Melbourne Victory, a team that Jess Nash was playing for. That was on penalties. Messi Dumont, the hero on that day. Here they come on the attack. Galich, Bianchi Galich trying to cut inside on her left. Couldn't do so. Emma Rovers, well defended. Now that fast attack from Canberra. Heyman against King. Michelle Heyman wins out. Heyman into the back of the net. Was it ever in doubt? Michelle Heyman on the big stage opens the scoring for Canberra, and it's the visitors who have the lead.
Well, that's Michelle Heyman, composed. Taryn King up to the referee, asking the question about a potential foul. I must admit, I didn't think the ball from Christopherson was that good for Michelle Heyman, but she chased it down. She put Taryn King under pressure, and with her left foot, just guided that ball into the far post, over and above Sarah Langman. That just typifies how good Michelle Heyman is in these moments. Look, not giving up on the ball. Gets the body on it as well. Taryn King just loses possession. What a wonderful finish into that far corner.
Oh, Canberra, they've had a couple of opportunities against Langman. They forced her into a couple of good saves, but there was no saving that.
That's a quality finish from Michelle Heyman. Look, there could have been a little question mark. There was contact from behind, but both players looked like they were going for the ball. Taryn King then just almost slipped. And, I mean, Michelle Heyman, what a quality. She's just an out-and-out goal scorer. You see her score so many different style of goals.
Malone, Heyman, Michelle Heyman now one-on-one with Ray. She'll play it out to Stanish-Floody. Mary Stanish-Floody! Langman saves. Canberra are rampant at the moment. It's the Mariners who get us back underway in the second half. A 1-goal deficit to overcome. They've done it against Canberra once before this season. Can they do it again in the elimination final? They're on the charge here. Early doors, Pennick, Rasmussen, back to Pennick. Fuller, Tiana Fuller, ball across, back post header, and it's come out to Pennick! Immediately after half-time, the Central Coast Mariners equalise. Jade Pennick, the Englishwoman, is on the spot, and the home fans loved that.
Well, what a start from the Mariners. Canberra United will be absolutely gutted to concede that goal within a minute of the second half starting. We were talking about not seeing much of Tiana Fuller down this left-hand side, but she was involved. Some nice little build-up play. Kept possession, came out to the left. I thought this was a wonderful ball in plenty of pace. Annabelle Martin getting that header back towards Jade Pennick. And a wonderful finish to get them back on level terms. Just the start that the Mariners needed.
Well, the halftime team talk from Emily Husband has come up trumps. The Mariners immediately equalising. Free kick for Canberra United. Heyman lurking. Shot from Stanish-Floody, palmed away by Langman. Stanish-Floody can score a volley. On that occasion, Langman equal to the task.
Yeah, we have seen her score some spectacular goals from outside the 18-yard box. Kept that one down well, trying to keep switching the point of attack, pulling Canberra out of position. Tend to want to go forward a lot quicker than maybe is on.
Good work from Gomez, out to Pennick. Jade Pennick with the strike! What a goal! Jade Pennick has come up big in this elimination final! And the Mariners, after falling behind early, have taken the lead.
What a wonderful strike by Jade Pennick, right in front of the Yellow Army. We've seen her have so many chances this season, not having the finish, the quality of finish that we've come to expect from her. But just ghosting off the shoulder, that one touch across the defender. And with her second touch, she smashes it into the top corner to give the Mariners the lead.
Well, two very different goals for Pennick today. The first one, right place, right time in the penalty area. And that second one, a touch of class from the 32-year-old. Markovsky to Rovers, Christopherson. Langman spilled it, but got there ahead of Gordon. Mariners players sprawled everywhere. Annabelle Martin and Langman herself down. Brave goalkeeping.
I don't think there was too much in that. I think it's probably just a good opportunity for Sarah Langman to take her time here. She came out, the ball bobbled, but she was up quickly again.
Mariners just need to keep possession as the clock ticks down. There will be more than 6 minutes of stoppage time, but here's Peter Trimmers. Peter Trimmers one-on-one with James Trimmers to win it for the Mariners. Side netting. The crowd thought it was in. To join Canberra. But that is full time. And it's the Central Coast Mariners for the second season in a row who are triumphant in the elimination final. The undefeated Melbourne City awaits. But before then, there will only be celebrations. Full time in Gosford, it is the Central Coast Mariners 2, Canberra United 1.
With the two elimination finals wrapped up, the two-leg semi-final matchups are set. Adelaide United will meet second place Melbourne Victory, while undefeated premiership winner Melbourne City will take on Central Coast Mariners.